Radar personnel.
Raiders. In your heart, in your eyes, coming through your microphone.
Yeah, free agency, bro. What an exciting week, man. What an exciting week. We got lots of players, lots of additions, and I guess I was disappointed. Yeah, lots of losses, yes.
Lots of losses.
But we saved a bunch of money. That's for damn sure.
We did.
For some pretty much similar players, similar type players to replace the guys that left and went off making bigger deals, costing other teams more money, and hopefully in the end, costing them a championship. But
more money for us next year.
That's right. And so let's start with acquisition of Gino Smith, man. We haven't talked about Gino Smith. You excited about this quarterback? You excited about what he could do with Chip Kelly at the coaching staff and all these guys? I mean, I don't know too much about Smith other than a Seahawk, and he probably had ups and downs and got socked in the mouth over some dispute in the locker room or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. At least we know he could take a hit. Take a hit and show his face. He don't care.
So,
I mean, so I know, we obviously, Gino Smith had his issues when he was at the rookie, so he was definitely like turning into a journeyman, and then he found it. You know what I'm saying? The Seahawks with Pete Carroll that first year did amazing things. And, I mean, you see him. He has that composure. When it comes down to like putting the team on his shoulders, he can actually do something with it. He's not like a Carr or, Minshew or these other guys that we had gotten rid of. So I'm pretty excited, bro. And I didn't even think he was available. And apparently it's because he was never available until it came to contract talks. So he wanted more money, and they didn't. So that's the other thing I'm worried about, because they gave Sam Darnold $33 million a year. So it's like, what was Gino asking?
Yeah.
But from everybody I'm talking to, everybody say Gino Smith is the better quarterback, even though he's a bit older. He's the better quarterback. He has shown more consistent. He hasn't had like a game like Darnold had with the last two games of the season. So it's like it came up, and apparently Pete Carroll had called him. He's like, hey, heard you're having issues signing him. If you're interested in trading him, we'll pick him up. And who not? Who else? Everybody loves him, apparently. Like, all the players that play with him, they've said nothing but like rave about him, about his leadership, how he, treats people, how he gets the team together, how he talks, how he studies. So it's not like we're getting some bum or coming in, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is somebody that put in the work, has the experience, can teach the culture, because he was there with Pete. And then Chip Kelly, bro. Chip Kelly can do anything, he had Marcus Mariota at one point. I was open of doing Kirk Cousins, Marcus Mariota, even Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. But for me, I feel like this was the best case scenario. I would have loved to, talked about him more if we knew he was an option to be traded.
I just saw on Yahoo Sports that the Seahawks offered him $40 to $45 million a year for 2 years, and he turned it down. And that's what I just noticed right now. And I'm like, really? Okay, so if he turned it down, then he probably just wanted to go back to coach, right?
Yeah. Hopefully that's what it is. And not maybe that he thinks he's a $45 million coach.
Yeah, that's way too damn much.
Yeah.
But if he turned it down, bro.
Yeah. So maybe he's just tired of it. Yeah.
I see.
Because remember, they got the news about DK wanting to leave, and then they got rid of Lockett. So those are probably people he really liked, and he was probably like, I'm not trying to waste rebuilding years here or anything like that. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is, because I hope it doesn't come up, because I think this is his final year, so we definitely have to re-sign him. And I think they want to re-sign him where, his contract is up with Pete in case it doesn't work out.
Right.
But for $45 million, I rather took a chance on Darnold for $33 million.
Yeah, well, they did. So they did. Yeah. And I mean, this is a trade, and you're right. They got that clause. So I mean, in the end, that's what this is. All it's been, this free agency, bro. This is what has been. They a lot of prove yourself contracts with Landell Roberts or even Jeremy Chin, right? 1-2 year deals that are not big enough, and then if they end up proving they could stay another 2 years, Same with Michael Kuntz. Same with Michael
Yeah,
Kuntz. Michael Kuntz, I mean, we're love to have him back, but why a 1 year deal? Because he was injured
prove it.
last year.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Somebody like him, if let's say like if he didn't get injured, and our expectations is what he reaches, he's making 30 million a year easily.
yeah,
So it
yep,
makes sense for him to take 1 year. The
yeah,
Raiders, it makes sense to just do 1 year because if it doesn't work out, you
right,
get 12 million off.
yeah,
If it does work out, then you can like, all right, I gotta pay him. Um, but that's our line is back, and depending on who we draft, maybe we don't get Abdul Carter because we have that, or maybe we do, and he's just a rotation piece.
yeah,
But I mean, it opens us up to take a corner, take a receiver, or if we still want to do the D line, Mason Graham, that defensive tackle, I think he's from
yeah,
Michigan.
yeah,
People are just talking about him, like
yeah,
even some people are like he should be the number one pick if it wasn't based on position.
yeah,
So I was like, if he falls to us, Kuntz, him, Wilkinson, and
yeah. No,
Crosby.
it's killer. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
murder,
like,
murder,
yeah,
murderous
that's
row, bro.
insane. Right? Exactly. Might make Mahomes retire.
Now,
But
which
like,
one of
yeah,
the free agencies hurt you the most? I mean, we know Trayvon. We wanted him back.
I
We wanted
think
Spillane back. Out of the two,
I think it hurts less when you know how much they got, and
yeah,
I think Spillane hurts me more
yeah,
because of the leadership, because the way
right,
he held himself. He's done it for 2 years. Trayvon was barely getting to his spot, and
yeah,
I still expected more from Trayvon. I wanted more coverage.
yeah,
Um, and for the replacements, I think Jeremy Chin is a lot closer to Trayvon than and so is the guy we got for Spillane.
Landon
So it's like
Roberts.
it
Yeah,
Landon Robinson. So it hurts a lot less,
yeah,
but I think it's because this season we talked so much about Spillane, like, oh, you just saw him do this play, like he just got this interception, like that
yeah,
one series I just saw him do 3 plays,
yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that's what hurts me more because Trayvon,
No,
he was there, disappeared towards the
yep,
end of the season. You hardly heard his name,
yep.
and then Jeremy Chin's supposed to be a bigger hitter. I love big hits, so
He,
it hurts a little less.
yeah, he did have an interception
Hobbs,
against Mahomes though last year,
yeah,
Trayvon.
yeah,
So
he did. Yeah,
yeah,
that he
and
doesn't
maybe
plus.
Spillane. No, he'd probably. I'm sure he had
He
another
definitely
interception
had some
somewhere.
interceptions. I don't know
Yeah,
for who. And then Nate Hobbs, I was surprised he got that amount of money. I honestly thought he was going to get like nine. You know, and for 4 years, I was
yeah,
like, wow, that's a lot. That one does hurt just because that one doesn't hurt me as much, but it hurts the team just because we're so thin at corner.
yeah,
Um, even though I'm pretty excited about the Stokes signing, he's nothing
yeah,
like a game changer or anything, but it's
yeah.
solid, like number
Solid.
two,
Yeah,
number three
exactly.
guy.
Yeah,
And that's why I feel like we might get a corner in the first round.
yeah.
Somebody with high upside.
Right,
Um,
right.
but I think Kuntz would have hurt me the most leaving, and I thought he was going to leave, and I was bracing myself for it. So he is the one that I thought was going to hurt me the most,
Yeah,
and the most excited to keep. So
yeah. No, for
yeah,
sure. I'm excited for Michael Kuntz as well. And comparing Robert Spillane with Orlando Roberts, they're pretty
Landon,
much
yeah,
similar players, very similar players. The one is better at the rush than and the other is better at passing,
yeah.
at the passer rating. So overall on the PFF ratings, right, you have Spillane 68.1
Hmm.
and Roberts, Landon Roberts 77.2.
Yeah,
Now
that's pretty good.
32 solo tackles for solo tackles
Cooks.
for Landon. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Let's see.
Uh, and 110 solo
Yeah,
tackles for
yeah.
Robert Spillane. I mean, it's gonna be definitely a missing piece, bro. And
It's
and
definitely,
it's gonna be on Graham to make sure he can mold this guy to
yeah.
fill in that gap. So
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're hoping that he's a smart player, and the IQ will be
yeah,
like the difference. Because I do know Landon. I know he hits hard too. And then
yeah,
we also got to think about the defense that they came in. Like if you saw our
right.
defense, we're
Steelers.
mostly two linebackers, and
Yeah,
three corners. So they obviously saw a lot of it. Our corners were missing tackles like it was nothing. And
yeah,
once Crosby was injured and Wilkinsons were injured, he had more chances to get those tackles in.
Right.
So that's the other thing, and then the Steelers are more of a unit. It's like not just one
Right.
person making play; it's
Yeah.
everybody's coming around you.
Yeah.
So we also got to see that part.
Right. Right. The
But
scheme and
on
all that. Yeah.
yeah, but like the theme we've seen throughout this whole free agency is, man, people are just getting overpaid. Players that are average, that haven't done much, are getting 3 4 years with really good money.
Yeah.
Nate Hobbs, I like him. I like Nate Hobbs a lot. It's hard to play the nickel, but man, he was barely healthy, barely playing, and he got a lot of money and a lot of years. So,
Yeah.
dude, it was the Packers, so maybe they were desperate, like we just need another corner. Or maybe they're going to get rid of one of their corners, so like let's get somebody a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, but people are
it's
getting paid, getting
yeah.
very.
I mean, you mentioned that, and look, I like the player. I like this guy. I thought he was going to stick
Yeah.
around at least for one more year. Divine Diablo.
Hmm.
I thought he was going to
Ah,
stay, but two
yeah,
years, 14 million. All
yeah,
right, with the 8 mil, I guess guaranteed or something like that. But anyways,
hmm,
he's around 14 millions for 2 years in Atlanta. And yeah,
yeah,
I think he had potential. For some reason, he just went dead in the second half, and
yeah.
then you know,
Well, right when he came back from that injury, right? Was he
mhm.
injured? And then he came
For a
back and he
slight
was
bit,
dead.
yeah, but it was minor
Yeah.
injury. I think he missed like
Hmm.
2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah,
and yeah, I mean, all the Raider folks, all the Raider media, a lot of them were like shocked that he got the amount of money he got as well, because they're like, the Raiders max
yeah,
should have done 5 mil a year, or just
yeah.
approve a year. And so, like, I'm sure when they heard the number, they're like, we good. But like
Yep.
even Adam Butler, we re-signed him for 3 years. He got a pretty good amount of money too. Like it
Mhm.
was definitely above what we thought, but that's just what the market is this year. So I guess they figure Adam Butler, since he's been like improving every year,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
definitely felt his presence when what's his name was gone. So I felt like they felt more comfortable using him and having him for those longer years.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, this is our first time dealing with a very good front office, a very smart, patient front
Right.
office. So it's like a lot of this is like surprising for us. Like, man, we're just losing players, but we're not getting anything. Like, why are we couldn't afford that? Why are we getting this for this price? And
Yeah.
then like you did, you do the breakdown, the PFF ratings, all this stuff, and you're just like, they're practically almost the same. There's a bigger difference between Trayvon and
Yep.
Jeremy Chin than it is with Spillane and Landon, but
Right.
it's still they're the same style of player, the same type of player, the same passing ratings. Jeremy Chin is just a bit older and
Right.
a heavier hitter.
Right.
So Trayvon, the only thing is he has that potential of being better. But at the same time, we've had Trayvon for so many years. He really didn't start playing really good until this year. So is it just because it was a contract year? What it is, or was it the scheme or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the other things we got to think about. And if it is the scheme, then why not get players that are similar to what we're losing
Exactly.
for a quarter of a price? You know,
Yeah. No. This
and
this this plays well because
mhm.
I mean, you can still trade for someone. You can
Yeah,
still, maybe they cut someone and like already the
yeah,
Jet. We were thinking the Jets were going to pick up Cousins because Atlanta hasn't let go of Cousins, and they might even
right.
keep him. I don't know what the hell's going on over there,
They
but
like they like those $40 million backups.
yeah, I guess so. But they cut him. They could probably spend some money on that if Gino's not working out
Mm,
or
right.
some other way. But back to the draft, man. What do you think? You said a corner, and it looks like a lot of teams might be doing some trading going on for the
Yeah,
draft, right?
I
A lot of
mean,
movement around.
a lot of moving around. We still have Myers.
Mm.
Myers did have a down year, so I don't know what we'll get out of it.
Yeah,
Maybe we trade him for a corner. A disgruntled corner, or kind of a similar situation where they had a corner and they drafted a young guy, pushed him back. A little
yeah,
trade, player for player trade. That can still happen with us. And apparently, if this is a deep draft of tight ends, we obviously don't need a tight end, but if we can get a backup in the
yeah,
fourth, fifth, or
exactly.
sixth rounders, great. So, I mean, I love to keep Michael Myers. I think he's badass. I mean, I was excited to for him as our starting tight end before we
Hmm.
drafted Brock. And then once we drafted him, and how much I was raving about the two tight end sets, like have Brock as the slot and him doing this thing. But I think we're skipping on Shador. I mean, I still don't. I still think we should draft a quarterback,
Yeah.
but Geno Smith for 3 years.
Yeah.
We could wait next year.
He's the
You know what I'm
bridge.
saying?
Yeah.
Or if we do get like dude from Alabama, the one that everybody's
Right.
talking about needs 2 years to
Milrow. Yeah.
sit. Yeah, Milrow. Like now, maybe we could take a chance on him. Maybe somebody falls in the third that we could take a chance on. But I
Right.
feel
Right.
like if we
Right.
don't get a
Right.
corner, I think we got Stokes, but and I think that with Richardson's, they want to see him actually like take over because he already played as a rookie.
Yeah.
We still got Jack Jones, so we still have corners. So we can always draft one if we're not going to sign anyone else. There's was it Jade something, Travis
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunter, and
Yeah.
Will. There's three that should be there when we pick.
Yeah. Will
So we can go that
Johnson,
route.
Jadea, which I think he's gonna probably go in the later rounds.
Yeah,
I forgot. I think he's Iowa, right? Was it Iowa? I forgot.
I think so, something like that. But yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be like the best, like part of the top three, big
Yeah.
three of the position of corners. So he might go like late first round.
Yeah.
So, but if we need
Yeah.
to, we need a
Jadea
corner.
Barron from Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jadea Barron. Yeah, I like him a
Mm,
lot. So, but if we get Travis Hunter, like I
yeah.
would. The only negative for me about Travis Hunter is you
I was
get
gonna
into an
say.
argument with him about playing both sides. If he can figure out like he wants to
Yeah.
play one side full time and then the other side, part time, I'm
Yeah.
down for that. But if he's trying
Well,
to do
I
both, and
mean,
you're going to get into the argument,
like a special teams guy, like running backs do running back like
yeah,
Abdullah. He
yeah,
was special teams and he was running back. So why
yeah.
not?
But special teams is one every. You do two or
Right, right, right. You
three
can't.
every.
But I'm saying you could
Yeah,
utilize Hunter that way, where he takes 2 or 3 snaps. Put him in the
yeah.
slot. That kind
I
of.
would I would like that. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. If he's okay with that, I'll take Travis. I just don't want to be arguing with our
yeah,
best
yeah,
player
yeah,
about picking a side when
yeah.
because he's adamant. Like his last interview, he's like, I want to play both 100% full time.
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, bro,
Yeah, he's crazy.
you're you're a receiver going against these hidden,
Look at what happened to
linebackers
Shohei,
and
man. It
safeties.
worked in Japan, but it didn't work here.
And over here, we got some big dudes. Got some 300 pounders running 4.45.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Not good at
So
all.
yeah, but or Will. I mean, Will has the injury scare, but other
Yeah,
than that, we can go that route. But I'm still open for T Mac. We do need another receiver. So
yeah.
I'm still open
Well,
for T Mac, especially if we're trading Brock. So then we have T Mac, Jacoby, Brock. I mean, not trade Brock, trade Mayers, Brock, and then we still have
yeah,
DJ Turner and or um, other guys that the speed backs.
yeah. DJ
And so
Turner
like
and
yeah, was it DJ
Trey
Turner
Tucker.
and Trey
Trey
Tucker?
Tucker. Yeah,
And one of them they want to
yeah,
have to grow. So
right,
I'll be solid with that, and I just think we
yeah,
won't. If Sanders is there at 6, probably won't get him.
right,
And then number 7 is
yeah.
the Jets, and they just signed Justin Fields.
Justin.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, because I mean that's why I mentioned Cousins too, because the Justin Fields went to the Jets, and I mean
yeah,
who knows how to work out over there, but I would thought Cousins was gonna go to the
yeah.
Jets
If they
because
released
there's
him,
if they released him exactly if they released him.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, I feel like you would take the cornerback position at the first round instead of
yeah,
a running back or uh,
yeah.
a quarterback
Definitely over a running
or
back.
or a
Yeah,
receiver. Those 3 spots are needed in the offense, dude.
yeah.
And I'm
But
thinking you
look,
need to take one of those in the first round. Because you
it's
have T
but if
Mac,
we
you
don't,
have Genty, and you have and I know Genty is there's plenty of running backs in this draft, but
yeah,
you kind of need
yeah,
one now.
yeah. That's true. I'm just worried about our corners. You know what I'm saying? It's like we see Jack Jones. He plays aggressive. He misses tackles.
Yeah,
So it's like we're going against Mahomes and all these receivers in the AFC. Whenever we play the Bengals, if we're trying to be a playoff team, we play the Bengals. That's T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. That's two
Yeah.
number ones that they're running.
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta get a corner. The corners are supposed to be deep as well, so I am open for skipping that.
Yeah.
Especially like T Mac.
Yeah.
It's a big draft of receivers, but T Mac is like him and Luther are like the only like two like possible number ones, like
Yeah.
number one
Decent
receiver
receivers.
types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So like
worth
I'll be
it.
okay with taking him too, right? I just don't want to be, like we miss out on badass corners when we didn't do anything at all.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, and then quarterback, we need a quarterback. But if we're getting Geno Smith for 3 more years, we don't have to reach. If you want to trade back and get
Yeah.
Shador, okay, then I'm open. I'm definitely open for that.
Right.
But you also don't want to like you just brought in Geno Smith. You don't want to discourage him. Like, hey, we just got Shador Sanders. Now you got Deion Sanders' kid
Yeah.
right behind you.
Yeah.
Breathing down your neck, waiting for you to mess up.
Yeah. I feel, yeah, for sure, Monroe's the better option. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. In Spy Tech, I trust. In Coach, I trust. Coach Pete, I trust. Man, they're making, they're executing very well, I think. So, I mean, hey, look, in the past, we'd overpay. We'd overpay.
Exactly.
We panic. We'd go get somebody that's ridiculous, and that's it. They spend all that money on that.
Exactly.
So,
and then they didn't work out, and then we lose them. So exactly. And we had to sit back because we weren't used to. We had to sit back and look at the whole picture. And you're like, okay, well now it makes sense why we did it. Yeah. But I was the same way. Like, he was like, we're not signing none of these big names. We're not even signing a guard. We're not doing nothing. We're not doing trades. And I was like, we're losing all these people. And it was like, damn, here it is all over again. But yeah, they're filling it out. I mean, look, plus we just got we re-signed Crosby. That's a good chunk. We just brought in Geno Smith. He was making at least 30 mil. So that's another good chunk. I think we have about 45, 46 left. And let's say you need about 10 million for your draft, maybe less. So we're about 35 mil. We still could get a lot of players with 35 mil.
Right.
They're just, we're at those stages where we're talking about debt, taking flyers on this potential. Kevion Chaseon is still out there. So that's another rotation piece we can add on. What other linebackers, obviously, too. Yeah, we got to get some of that. There's a badass linebacker in the draft, too. What if we trade back to like the mid teens, like 15, 14,
right?
And we get like a first, a second, or some badass amount of picks, and then we get like the best linebacker that can pass rush, that can
very versatile.
Coverage and everything, and IQ high. So there's a lot of things we can do. Like you said, we just got to trust Spy Tech.
I do, bro. At this point, what can you do? And they're done nothing but proving themselves to make the correct decisions at the right time. And I'm happy. I was panicking at first because the trauma, but now we're here.
But to add one more thing, the other thing I just now remembered is Pete has that reputation of finding corners and safeties, like the Legion of Boom, like Kim Chancellor, Earl Thomas as safety,
right?
And then you had Richard Sherman, and I forgot the other dude's name, but he was a big dude too, a 6'4" corner and just out muscling people. So they can draft. They know how to see the talent. So I guess I won't feel bad if they don't draft a corner in the first round. I don't think Richard Sherman was a first rounder either. I think he was like a second or third rounder or something like that. So
no, at that point, his player development, man, and I'm starting to see, like you said, Sanders less and less, and maybe Milroe, maybe something like that, project. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Get ready.
If Sanders drops, because I'm hearing too many things like the Browns want Sanders. So.
That sounds like a Browns thing to do.
Exactly. Yep. And then if the Giants get Rodgers or Russell Wilson, they're still going to drop the quarterback because they need somebody. So now we're not like we have to force to move up to get a quarterback that a lot of people don't even think deserves to be up there. So no pressure on us.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said. And thank you, everybody. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Read out
Smith jerseys.
Personal.
And your Malcolm Kuntz. Get your Kuntz jerseys.
Get your coots. Get your
Get
coots.
him. Get him. Get him.